Well, hello everyone and a warm welcome. It has been forever since I got to hang out with the lovely Sarah and Stamp Addicts. Hello.
Hi.
Joe, lovely to see you.
And you? I think it's been over a year.
Your hair was here last time I saw you, so that gives you an indication.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
well it was down here at the end of last year. And
Oh, you had a bit of a trim.
Yes,
Wow.
just a little bit of a trim, yeah.
That's a proper lockdown grow, like
Yes.
Rapunzel. How have you been?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm very well. All the better
Good.
to be working with you. I say it's been a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh, now, before we go into any of this, a show that I'm a big fan of is back. You want to tell everyone?
Stamporama, yes.
Stamporama.
Stamporama, yeah,
I've
we're
been
back.
fortunate enough to have been to a few Stamparamas. Absolutely loved it.
Yes, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So we're back this year. We're in Harrogate in October, 23rd of October, and then we're in Newbury in November.
Yeah.
So Newbury's down in Berkshire,
Yeah.
and Harrogate up north in Yorkshire. So we're spreading it around. But we've got lots of craft store guests are going to be there selling their products and demonstrating. It's just a fun day out.
You put on, both yourself and Vicky, are very good with shows. And I mean that because not all shows are run the same. And you guys, you know, and you've been doing it for years and years and years.
Yes.
You know how to set up an event. You bring great companies to it. Everything's always so well run. And that's just been my experience. Of going
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bit of an organised freak.
Yeah, but it's true and it runs really well.
I organised my first show in 1998.
Wow.
Were you born?
I was in my second year of uni.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, yes, been practicing this for quite a while, but as crafters, as exhibitors, we know how we want the show to work for us and for everyone else, and the shopping experience as well.
Yeah.
So we come from, you know, all sides of the coin.
And it's nice just getting feedback from people who are there, companies that are there. They all enjoy it, and that says a lot for you guys. Please, if you're thinking about going to a show, and I know now it's so nice that there are shows out there. You can get tickets, Stamporama, we will show you that. If you want to see the exhibitors that are going to be featured there, if you go onto the website, you'll be able to see a full list of exhibitors. But come on, £3, if it's nearby, if you can travel, it is money well spent. So there's Newbury and Harrogate. Okay, now we're going to start talking about stamps. Pick and mix. We've got two brand new in here as well. We will start with the brand new, which are awesome. Let me introduce you. I'll show you here. This is
our friend Pablo.
Genius name. Pablo on ice.
Pablo the Penguin.
On ice. Amazing. Looks like a Pablo.
We said we need to put in a thought bubble with a "How you doing?"
How you doing? Look at Pablo. But Pablo has got a very good friend who you might recognise. I'll show you here. He's got his list and he is checking it twice. Apparently, Pablo has been on the naughty list.
Oh no!
Pablo, what? No, I'm only kidding. Pablo's he's on the nice list. But we've got Santa, such a nice representation as well.
Yes.
Really cute.
That's it, cute. So he could be Santa, he could be an elf, he could be a dwarf, he could be, you know, it's just a cute little man, isn't he?
But you make a really good point by changing from there's Santa in red, but by just simply going to green, then suddenly he's one of Santa's little helpers. He could be like a head elf.
Yes, that's it. He could definitely be one of those.
There is a little helper as well. Shrink. Come
you know, we
on.
have to shrink everything.
You are the queen of shrink. Isn't that nice? Or if you wanted to go a bit more, this is a beautiful inspiration too. So just showing you how versatile that image is, whether it is Santa, whether we shrink it down, use him as an elf, or the main man himself. I didn't realise I was rhyming there, but it all worked. Okay, so we got Pablo. I'll show you a couple more examples with Pablo too, because Pablo is a very cool penguin. But then again, he likes to go on his travels. Look, this is Pablo on holiday. We have got the Snowglobe on the show.
We do have the Snowglobe, so that's more of a sun globe, I think. Yeah.
Look at Pablo.
Overdone it in the sun.
Did you make that one?
I did.
That is hilarious. Now that is really good.
Yeah, that's what I look like in the sunshine.
And there's one like
diamond glaze. You remember the diamond glaze?
Yeah, that looks awesome. Okay, I'll tell you now, quite honestly, I've fallen in love with Pablo and our Santa stroke elf. So if you want to get these, pick and mix. Let's just say you're getting any two. Have a look at this. and you bring us such beautiful stamps. This is fantastic quality grey rubber, foam mounted. Those could be your two choices for $13.98. That's very good value for money for foam mounted grey rubber.
Yes, yeah, and then they're deeply etched as well, so you can stamp them into your thick embossing powder, into your cakes or into your clay.
Now we were going to move on, and sorry, I was listening to you there.
It's fine.
It's just because the team.
As long as everyone else is listening.
Well, no, I'll tell you why, Sarah. I heard in my ear. Apparently, the team have affectionately renamed. I hope you don't mind. Renamed the turtle Yanis. Because these are the cards that I seem to get these days.
Aww.
Old Man Morgan. I love it though. Come on, that's funny.
But they're great for a grandpa card as well.
They are. Yeah, there you go. You're not old. You're retro. They say this is seriously. This is the cards that I do get. I'm not even kidding.
See the top hat.
Yeah.
So if people buy something from the show, when they get to the shopping basket at the end, that's one of those little things in there.
Yeah.
Set of 3 hats.
Add that into your basket. Wow, that's nice. And you can put them in any of the characters.
Exactly.
Speaking of characters, we've got our lion in the mix as well. Now I have got an example with the lion. That's around. Here we go. Rocking. Oh yeah. Look at this. So I'll show you one with and without the hat. And remember, the hats you can add to your order. There's your lion. He's cool. He's a cool lion.
Yeah.
He's a cool cat.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Got a bit of a swagger. The lion is perfect. Now, I'm thinking for teenagers. You know, when they don't want a cutie card.
No.
He's a bit more, he's got something about him.
A bit more attitude.
Yeah. And
imagine if you put his head on a wobble as well.
That would be cool. Do you know what I would be doing? You can accessorize, so if you put a little football there as well, or you can taper it. So there's your lion.
Or it could be pink.
Could be pink, yeah. Down here we've got our dragon. Beautiful dragon. There we go, thank you. This dragon, okay, this dragon's cool.
The marshmallow dragon.
Now, we've got to talk about this because, and it's something with the examples you've demonstrated so well, by just changing up colorways, you can give a different interpretation. So there's one possible idea for your dragon, but equally, we can go here as well. That's a good one.
That could be like a Valentine's card, couldn't it?
That could, yeah, like that. You're hot. Yeah, come on, that's jokes. That's jokes. And then there's another one too. They're quirky. They've got character. Okay, I'll be quick here because I know there's a lot to see. We have got our little bear. Let me find, thank you. There we go, I got everywhere where, there's the bear. Just show you, very cute.
So the Christmas hat from the hat set?
Oh, yes. Oh, that's cute, okay. That's, Archer now has got to the point, that's how he sits. He wobbles a bit,
yeah.
He's sitting. And then we've got here, this is our cool bat playing on the guitar. In front. You can just, okay, yeah, this is a cool one. Look at that.
That is on a wobble.
Give it a bit of a wobble. That is an awesome card. Now, that's another one I'd love. So there is your bat. And then finally...
Perfect for teenagers.
Yeah, it is. Really good.
Yeah, all ages.
And there is another cutie warning. Our little croc on there as well. And all right, wait a second. Oh, look. That's sweet. Okay, so there are more options. I'll just show you how to do the pick and mix. We'll go onto our website. So what two are you going to be popping into your basket? We got the brand new Todays in the form of Pablo the Penguin, and we've also got Santa. But there's the elephant in there as well. The squirrel go nuts. We're dressing up there too. So lots and lots of different options. Do have a look on the website and you'll be able to see them all. There is a nice mix on the show today, Sarah.
Yeah, it's across the board.
Well, there's something for everyone. Let's just show you this next item. $18.49 is your price. So you're getting beautiful snowflakes, grey rubber, foam mounted. You're also getting, so I like the two sizes, but you're getting the sentiments in there too. I'm going to jump straight to an inspiration. Wowza. That's lovely.
Yes, and simple. It's just so simple. So you just choose your favourite colours. And if you've got some backing papers you want to layer it onto, or you want to create the background with your inks and your stamps, it's just, so you can create lots of these.
There is a real elegance to that snowflake.
Embossed in vellum, so the colours underneath. I just oxide the white card.
I mean, come on, how stunning is that? Or, now this is interesting. So that's with the smaller one?
So yes, that's the small one. So I used our postage frame and I stamped on the front of the card. Now there's two like that. One of them I put the postage frame on the inside as well. Might be the other one.
Okay.
So oh no, it's the picture frame. Yes, the picture frame one. So the postage frame and the picture frame come together as a set.
Right.
So one has got one snowflake, one's got multiple snowflakes, and then if you open the lilac card, I also stamped and put that on the inside to hide where I stuck the acetate.
The gubbins.
Yeah.
That's clever. Okay, but then equally we can go here as well. Very pretty.
Ruby Twinkle embossing powder.
Ooh, okay, we like that. Click your feet 3 times together. There we go. And then finally, I will just show you. So when we talk about the quality that you get with Stamp Addicts, have a look here. It's that beautiful grey rubber, foam mounted. You've got the 2 sizes in the form of your snowflakes, a pattern build to your heart's content, and you're also getting a wonderful sentiment in there too. Just showing you that. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It is a wonderful time of the year.
Well, that can be any time of the year.
Yeah, well, it's true.
We've got it on some non-Christmas cards too.
Could be someone's birthday. It's
Yes.
the most wonderful time of the year.
I think, is it Pablo when the sunset? That might have it on there as well.
Yeah.
Because it's a holiday. It's also the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, very, very true. 18.49 is your price there. 993,870 your item number there. Now we're going to move on to our stars. These are another really nice design. So think about building this, creating your backgrounds, phenomenal, but it is so much more. I mean, for $12.49 as well, grey rubber, foam mounted. Have a look at this. And it's always a good sign. It's upside down, there we go. I just want to show, either way, the stars work. Or if you want to use them in conjunction with other characters, these are coming up. Or how about this as a background? Always a good sign when the team are like, what, is it $12.49? So the team are double checking the price. That's always a good sign.
So that one's got the small stars in the snow globe and then the small snowflakes in the background.
Oh.
So we're mixing them all together.
Perfect. Well, stars, I will just lift this up and show you.
So it's 2 images, so you will want to trim them apart.
There's a smaller, and then you've got the more sweeping one coming through. You can trim them apart, but they will work well together too. $12.49 your price, 321006 your item number there. Your rubbers are such good quality. You know, you can feel it.
Yes, and we cook it at 300 degrees. So I can attest to that. I burnt my thumb a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, bless you, 300 degrees. Lucky to still have a thumb.
Yes.
Okay, now let's move on. We have got our angels. Lovely. Really, really nice. And we were chatting. I was chatting to Ben. I didn't believe he was in a choir. He was saying he's looked very reminiscent of a young floor manager, Ben. He actually managed to show me some pictures of a young Ben holding a candle there. So you've got your wonderful little angel there, cling mounted, rubber stamp, 2 stamps in total. Let me show you what we can do here. These are really nice. They're
adorable. These are Judikins designs that we've been working with for over 25 years. And then last year...
25 years?
Yes, on wood.
You do not look old. How were you, 5 when you started?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
But, well, actually, my next show in September is our 29th birthday.
What?
Yeah. So
I mean, I'd believe you if you were just saying it's your 29th birthday, not as a company.
No, unfortunately not my 29th birthday,
Wow.
no, the company's 29th birthday.
Tell you what, whatever you're doing, it's working.
Thank you.
I want some of that cream.
So the angel, we've been working with Judikins for over 25 years, and the angels have always been some of our best-selling stamps, and they were on wood.
Oh, okay.
Last year, we introduced them as cling-mounted stamps, and these are a little bigger than the wood versions as well.
Okay. They're lovely,
So,
lovely, lovely, lovely images that we will all use and love. So you're getting both angels, 2 stamps in total. $13.49 is your price. And I like, there is a slight difference to the 2 angels as well. So,
Peeking and praying.
Peeking and praying.
That's what they call it. So you have a choir full of praying, and then you have one naughty little peeking.
Were you a peeker or a prayer?
Peeker.
I think you're a peeker. I didn't even need to ask.
No.
Right, item number there is 1349 your price, and your item number is 493,300. Love the angels. Also, love the border. So, angel border, obviously designed to work with our angels.
That's right. Yeah, this is something we introduced this year, and so these are the tiny little angels.
Cute.
They're just they're just so adorable.
What's nice about this is you can have them as a border. Absolutely fine, that's what it's designed for. But then you can get really imaginative. So you can separate your angels, which is cute. And we've got the Pika in there as well. He's nestled in, that cheeky
You've always
Pika.
got to have the Pika.
You've got to, see, this is a fun game. Spot the Pika. Now you've got a whole choir.
Pika.
There you go. There's a few Pikas in there. Oh, here, this is a lovely inspiration too. I just love the idea of having a little Pika nestled around all the little praying angels, because we all know who would be the Pikas in our lives. 11.99 is your price. 362,759 your item number. Funnily enough, they're all here. Charlotte, our producer, definitely a Pika.
Oh.
Holly, our director, absolutely a Pika. Ben, floor manager, no, he's a good boy. Okay, let's have a look. Me. I think I would have been a Pika. I'm going to have to admit it. Let's have a look here. 10.99 for our globe. Now, you need to tell us the backstory here, because we featured this before, and like the angels, it's sold out.
Yes, our snow globe set. So we've been working with snow globe stamps for years, and they've always been rubber, and we have them in different sizes, and we love them. But we wanted to have a clear one.
Yeah.
That we can work with slightly differently to the rubber, because the clear and rubber have different uses.
Of course.
And with this, because it's a clear set, we can give you all these extras. So the different size snowmen and the different size trees and the wavy words.
$10.99 for a comprehensive set. There is a lot going on. So you've got your main frame in the form of the snow globe, and then you dictate the scene inside. So are you going to use your snowmen? Are you going to put your Christmas trees in there? You're not restricted. You can dip into your stash. Anything you have in your stash, you can put in your globe. So how about the angels work perfectly there? Obviously, we have our, we can put our snowmen. This is clever. Make it into a shaker. And we've got little miniature shrunken angels in there as well.
There's both size angels in there shrunk, I believe. The big angels and the little angels.
Oh, really? And then we've got our other angels. That's beautiful too. This is a great set. It's nice because I always find it interesting listening to the team as we go down, obviously giving their thoughts. And both Holly and Charlotte saying they love this set, and I totally agree. $10.99. I've got to say it's sold out in the past. We're lucky to bring it back to you if you have missed out previously on this set. $10.99, and if you're a Freedom member, that is your delivered price, 025098, your item number there. We're going to talk about the Christmas trees. Here are the Christmas trees. These are really nice because they're modern, they're contemporary. I think as backgrounds or making them the main focal feature, it would look great. If you want to pop those into your basket, $11.99 is your price. 371851 your item number.
They were in several of the samples you showed already, so you might not have noticed, but they're in the background.
I wasn't looking for them, but I will, I will find. Now the poinsettia. I've actually featured the poinsettia. I've done shows in the past with you and the poinsettias, and they are beautiful. For $11.99, grey rubber, foam mounted, you cannot go wrong. 923943, your item number there. We also have another pick and mix for you. These are your sentiments. Let's have a look here. So you're choosing any two sentiments. Live sentiments too. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is to sing loud for all to hear. I am full of Christmas spirit. I like that. What's that? And by that, I mean boo. We can all, I think we can all relate. There we go. Definitely older, not sure about wiser. Happy birthday. I'll go well with my turtle. So lots to find. $13.98 your price, picking any two. And I like the fact the fonts change, but the humour is definitely there. 680641 your item number. Okay.
And they're all quite a good size as well, so they're kind of the focal point. And then you have the little accessories around them. So I'm going to start with Pablo.
Let's do it. Pablo, I feel you have a special place in your heart for Pablo.
He's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pablo. And, you know, he might be saying how you're doing, or he might just be sleepy. He might be hungover. Okay, well, so I'm going with
It's interesting because Holly, our director, She said a few years ago, well, it was quite a few years ago, she was on holiday in Mexico and she met a Pablo.
Well, I was wondering if he should, you know, have an accent, but
There you go.
I don't do accents.
Wow.
I don't know any Pablos either. So
That's nice.
right, so that's, we need Pablo, so if we'll take him out of there.
It's just, he puts a smile. I think you're winning if you look at a stamp and you're already giggling and smiling. It's his facial expressions, and instantly off the top of my head, I can think of at least 8 people I could send that to. And that's,
Yeah, and he doesn't have to be on the ice cube.
yeah,
But so we've got some, I'm using brushables,
yeah.
and this is the pale grey. I mean, obviously you could watercolour him, you could use your alcohol markers, whatever you fancy.
Yeah, and it's good you do a little swatch, you know, not a
Yeah,
swatch,
I just
but
want to
check
make
the
sure I'm using
colour.
the right end of the pen.
Yeah.
And I'm going over the edges because I'm going to cut him out, and that way I
Okay,
don't
so
get any white bits.
There you go.
But I don't colour him in black
Mm-hmm.
because I've stamped him in black, so you're going to lose
Oh, that's okay, yeah.
some of the detail. So I use a dark grey and then I'll go over it again
Well, that works, yeah.
just to make it a bit darker,
Lovely.
which you can do with the
Yeah,
brushables.
very nice.
So just
The
going
thing with
around.
characters, it inspires you how to use them. So Pablo, obviously he's chilling on a block of ice, but where is he chilling? Because it could be winter inspired, but equally it could be a summer card and he's lying on the beach.
Definitely. That's why the ice cube is melting.
Yeah.
So
Or it
then
could
we
be
can-
just because Pablo's hot.
Is he menopausal?
Well, I tell you, you're leading me down a sticky road.
So you can see just by adding some more,
Yeah,
another layer, it's getting a bit darker.
nice.
But then he needs a bit of colour
Yeah.
in the beak. Now I looked it up, and it's, I think, king penguins that have the colour in the chest.
And they all have unique calls. That's how they find their mates. They sing to each other.
Do they?
Yeah.
Just like some birds do. I've never heard a penguin singing.
Well, it's more of a call, a squawk.
Okay. I used to go
Ben
to the
floor
zoo to
manager
take
was
photos of
coming.
them.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
Ben, our floor manager, was showing me the call of a king penguin, but it sounded, to me, it sounded just like a peacock.
yes. I've certainly heard those.
It's-
That's a penguin?
I mean, either penguin or peacock. I don't know. It's hard to distinguish, Ben.
So I'm just going back over with the pink to
Do you know, for
blend
added
it.
humour, you could always give Pablo a little hairy chest.
Yes, definitely could. But I'm not going to
Set
do that
Pablo,
today.
I would matte and layer Pablo on some leopard print cardstock as well.
Yeah.
Just in the background, just a little bit.
Do you have
and then-
someone in mind for this, do you?
Definitely. How you doing?
Yeah. Right, so we now need
Uh-huh.
a snow globe
Yeah.
for Pablo to sit in. So I need the foam back in my...
This snow globe's
Platform.
great. And do you know what I like about this snow globe? It's extremely versatile. It will work with whatever you have in your stash. Obviously, you've got all the elements within the snow globe as a standalone. So the Christmas trees, snowflakes, and the snowmen and the Christmas verse. But equally, if you wanted to add different scenes, different stamps that you have in your stash, it would work.
That's it. You can put so many things inside a snow globe. I've got one at home with dolphins in.
Well, that's cool. And great for shakers. Now, I've got to tell you, a third of the snow globes have gone. We're only 24 minutes into the show, and we looked at the snow globe last, so it wasn't long before we showed that to you. With the snow globe, it's sold out in the past, and there is a very good chance it could be selling out this hour as well. And I'm not surprised. I love the snow globe because it just frames. It's
Yeah.
a very quick way to get an effective card.
It is, and it's a nice way to frame it without having to use lots of fancy dyes and different shapes and things. It just creates, it centralises the picture, doesn't it?
Yeah. I also get the sense that it allows for techniques. It's quite versatile.
Yes. So do you remember our Eclipse masking tape?
Yeah.
I've created a reverse mask of the Snowglobe.
Oh, no,
I actually had to create a new one yesterday because the other one I'd been using so much with my samples. So, and I keep them on a sheet of shrink plastic.
Clever. You are the shrink queen.
I think I'm the only one brave enough on TV. But because people are worried it's going to go wrong, and there are ways to ensure that you don't have mishaps and things with your shrink. But I'm going to do a bit of shrinking today.
Nice. Now we're just going to show you the masking tape. We've got it here. Look at the price and look at how much you get. 10 meters. 10 meters. So an awful lot. Where's your Eclipse? There's your Eclipse masking tape. You will come back to it time and time again. Obviously, you're creating your own effective mask that you can reuse. $19.99 is your price. But 10 meters. 888-209 your item number. I mean, each roll must last a very long time.
Well, yes, it does, because you reuse the masks as well. And as you can feel, it's a thin paper with a delicately sticky adhesive on the back.
Delicately sticky.
That's what they call it, delicately sticky. It's another Judykins. So I've masked my Snowglobe. Yeah. And I'm just inking peacock feathers.
I had an idea with the Snowglobe. I would be tempted to make a pop-up with the Snowglobe. So standalone. So build up an image and then create it into a pop-up card, so when you open up the card, the Snowglobe pops up.
Ooh. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
So we're going all round for my background. Okay, I think that's enough. Yeah, so peacock feather that was. And then I'm going to take the small set of stars from the set, and I've got a gold ink pad.
Yeah, nice.
And I'm keeping the mask in place.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to stamp inside.
Oh, that's nice.
My Snowglobe for my starry. So it's not quite night time. We've not done a night sky. It's kind of a.
It's more like twilight.
Yeah, that's it.
It's got that magical essence. You could be in the North Pole. Because when you kind of get north, it can be winter for like 3 or 4 months of the year. Right, in saying night time.
But then they can have daylight for 22 hours a day or something. Yes, it's crazy up there. Right. Okay. So that is done. Okay. So I can peel off my Eclipse tape and then put it back on my shrink plastic.
Nice.
For next time.
Brilliant.
So we have.
This is already looking good, Sarah.
So what I've done, instead of colouring the base, I stamped it onto some gold card.
Okay.
And I'm just going to stick that on. Pop that on there.
Now I've got to tell you, half the stock of our Snowglobe has gone. Very, very busy for the Snowglobe. Snowglobe would work, I'd imagine, if you put a shaker and then used acetate in the shaker, it would give the illusion, the acetate giving the illusion of the glass of the Snowglobe. It
definitely would, yes. Yeah. I think we've done some of those. I forget now. We've made it in so many different ways.
You have. I did see a shaker. I'm not passing that off as my own idea.
So now I'm using the long star trail with the same ink pad, and I'm just going to stamp around the edge of
nice magical wisp of stars. Yeah, that's nice.
So the star trail. So this is great if you want it coming from behind a reindeer, so trailing behind kind of thing.
Or Santa's sleigh.
Yes, exactly.
Equally, creating a frame here, very effective. Beautiful.
So then
I'm feeling Christmassy. The team are showing you a lot of love for the frame that you're building up, the border frame you're building up.
Well, obviously this doesn't have to be Christmas. No. This could be birthday stars.
Celebrations.
Yeah.
Going through.
So let's go down there. And then one more across the bottom. So I'm just using the scrap paper so I don't have to clean up. Nice. Less mess. Okay, so that gives us.
Well, that's really pretty.
Our background.
Yeah, that's a nice background.
So yeah, you've got all the curves, as it were. You don't have to. You're not trying to make it straight, which isn't always the easiest thing to do. Straight lines and things, I can't always stamp straight. So I'm just going to stick these together, and then I've cut out.
There he is, the main man himself.
Pablo.
Pablo is rocking it in there.
So we just need a bit of glue.
Do you know, I've had another idea.
Ooh.
Just looking at Pablo on the beach. Now, I'll ask your opinion on where you stand on this, but I would draw in, just with a micro, and the team are appreciating the burnt nose, by the way, in the sun. I would, with a pen, I would just draw in some little trunks. Little
swimming trunks.
Little swimming trunks, yeah.
Or a bikini.
Well, it could be a bikini. That's a good point. Now, would that be okay? Wouldn't be opposed to that?
If you want to put trunks on Pablo, that's fine.
We can put trunks on Pablo. That's a good look.
Or maybe draw them on some patterned paper, cut them out, and then stick them on.
Oh, that's it. That's a good idea.
I would do that.
Yeah, okay. Taking it a step further, I like it.
So this is just a zig glue pen.
Right.
So I can add some glitter. It's Snow White glitter, so it doesn't really have sparkle in it. It's just white stuff. But I'm using the tiny tray because it's just a small area.
Very, very handy if you're ever a little bit worried about spilling your embossing powders. You know, the best part about this is how easy it is to then put it back into the pot.
They stack together as well, because you get 3 in a set.
$14.99 your price there if you want to get hold of those. And you're also getting the embossing powder too, might I add. So look, come on, black and white embossing powder with the tiny trays, $14.99, and you are getting 3 trays in the mix that do stack. 039237 the item number. It's the kind of thing that we do see a lot of demonstrators kind of use the trays.
Yes, well, it's easier than just a piece of paper.
Yeah.
The tray, and especially if you're working with tiny beads and bits and pieces, it just contains them, so they're not rolling away. So there we have Pablo in a snow globe, so a starry snow globe.
Who can you envision giving Pablo to? Who would you want to give Pablo to?
Oh, I'd say one of my brother-in-laws.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's actually a really good answer, because I struggle. You know, certain people in your life, we do a mail card sometimes is one we hear a lot of, but I've got 2 brother-in-laws, and making them cards, you can struggle. So anything with a bit of humour, fantastic.
Humour, yes, definitely.
Yeah, I like it. Look, part of our new pick and mix. So we got pick and mix, we're adding new characters. Pablo is one of the characters, and I have to say, a lot of people feeling the love for Pablo. Pablo, he's got charm to him, and he can go in any direction like Pablo. It's a compliment to the design that we're bringing life to him and imagining his character. Just going to show you here, something that you always get with Stamp Addicts is a beautiful grey rubber stamp, deeply etched. So any of the stamps that you get with Stamp Addicts, I mean, you can feel the depth of the etch, so it will stamp out beautifully. And let me just show you, with regard to Pablo, you can really have some fun with him. So that's nice. Baby, it's cold outside. Equally, we can take him to the tropics. The Snowglobe, that's a cool scene. Or what about that? How good is that? He's a real character, and characters will work together, because you could have Pablo. Now, how about this for an idea? Oh, I've had a really good idea. Pablo with, it looks like Santa is looking at Pablo.
Looking disapprovingly.
Yeah, looking like, Pablo, what are you doing? You're meant to be helping out, packing all the toys. So here you go. $13.99. The team said it might not have looked, Santa was looking at him a different way there. Okay, $13.98 is the price. That was not my intention when I was putting them together. Shame on both of you in the gallery, and you're definitely going on Santa's naughty list.
Before the watershed.
I know, before. Okay, let's talk about Santa, because he is here as well. Let's show you. Now, it could be Santa. Very cool Santa. Quirky, I like that. But equally, could be an elf. So this could be Santa's head elf helper. We can go very traditional. It doesn't matter. Play around. It's a versatile stamp, and that, as crafters, is what we want. And do you know what I would also be doing? Stamping them out a few times, and then you've got obviously different. Create a background. You've got different elves. $13.98 your price there. 042493 item number. Now you can find all the other characters on our website, so do have a look. Just to remind you, they're all grey rubber, beautiful quality, and pre-cut for you. Now we're going to move on. We have got our snowflakes here, and snowflakes. There's a real elegance to them. So the most wonderful time of the year, sentiment stamp in the mix as well. When I say elegance, I'm going to jump straight to, okay, this is a good one. So this was just stamped white emboss onto vellum. Isn't that, I think that's, in my view, the best description I could give is elegant. Or equally, if you wanted to create your backgrounds, you absolutely can. So this is what we want from a stamp set. If you want to make it your main feature, we can do that as well. So lots to play around with from one stamp set. $18.49 is your price. You're getting both the large and small snowflake. You're also getting the sentiment there as well. $18.49 is your price. I will just show you very quickly the size. So that is your large. That is your small, and then you've got your sentiment in the mix too, which is there. $18.49 your price, $993,870 your item number. Now we're going to move on. We've got another new today for you, the stars. We saw these in action with Sarah just a moment ago. Beautiful stars. You're effectively getting two stamps, and you would cut these out. Two stamps in total. So you've got your larger spray of stars, wonderful sort of swirl, a magical swirl, and then you've got your smaller two. And this was an example of a demonstration that we just saw. So using the stars for your frame. Equally, we can use our stars as backgrounds behind our angels. That's lovely. That is lovely. Or you can place characters on top. And this is just a nice one too, just by itself with the stars and the sentiment. You don't need to do anything else. Silver embossed, done. $12.49 is your price. Grey rubber, foam mounted, 321006 item number. You can find the rest on the website. I know that the angels have been extremely busy too. The set of two angels for $13.49. You've got the prayer and the pika. Something else? Peking. Sorry, Peking. Picking. Got to catch them all. So there you go. You've also got the Snowglobe in there as well. 5-star reviews for the Snowglobe. So lots to discover. We're going to continue the fun. If you do have any questions for Sarah, we would love to hear from you. studio@thecraftstore.com. Sarah, what have you got for us next?
Not a pika.
Not a pika.
I'm going to shrink the poinsettia.
Oh, okay.
And then use the checking it twice little guy.
I would have been very disappointed if you didn't do a bit of shrink for us.
I don't always do shrink.
Oh, when you do it well.
Thank you. So this is just going to go around the edge. So I'm using the Stays On pigment because that is my favourite permanent ink pad. But I do find I have to re-ink it before I use it because I've been using it for over a year now.
Okay.
So, so it takes just a couple of minutes to dry, and we want 3 of these. But I've cut one out and it's dry already so that I can colour it. Now the brushables work perfectly on the shrink.
Oh, okay.
They don't dry as such until you've shrunk it.
Right.
So I'm just doing a little bit of
And when we shrink,
green.
The colour intensifies?
It does, yes. So I go with a lighter shade.
Okay.
And as I shrink, it will get stronger.
Now, I remember yourself and Vicky educating me with shrink when I first came into the world of craft, and I credit you both with giving me this nugget of knowledge that shrink plastic, it's actually, when it shrinks down, it's reverting back to its natural state.
That's right, yes. So they take the plastic and then they stretch it. They've got a special machine that stretches it out.
Okay.
And then when we heat it, it goes back to how it was when it started.
Kind of like it's got a memory.
Yeah, that's it. And that's why it stops shrinking at a certain point.
Ah. Now we have got 3 options with the shrink plastic. It's your sanded, your clear or your white. You're getting 8 sheets. You decide which option you want to go for. $10.99 is your price. 388651 your item number. If you can't choose and you just want to go for a mixed pack, we have got that for you, getting 2 of each for $10.99. So 2 of the white, 2 of the clear, 2 of the sanded. $10.99 your price, $10932 your item number. And there are occasions where you want to use your sanded, some you want to use your clear, and others you want the white.
Definitely. It depends what kind of look you're going for. The clear one, it can look like broken glass, or if you want to be able to see through it, more of like a stained glass type thing. Whereas the sanded one, it just has a slight frostiness to it. So kind of almost like a bathroom window. The light comes through, but you can't see the details from the other side. And then the white one just stands out a lot more. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my anti-static bag and I tap it over the top.
Now if we want to make any holes, let's say for jewellery,
you do
now's
it now.
the time to do it.
Yes, and make the hole bigger than you need it to be, because the hole's going to shrink with the shrink.
So how big would you need to make it, would you say? Let's say for an earring.
Well, this shrinks down to 1/3 of its size.
Okay.
So 3 times the size that you want the final hole to be.
Okay, good, good.
Now, I usually keep a pair of scissors in my hand just in case it starts running away from me or folding up. Now, if you're nervous about doing this, you can pop it in the oven.
Yeah.
Instructions are in the packet.
Would you put a tray over it?
No, no, just put it on a tray.
Oh, on a tray.
Or on a sheet like this.
Okay.
And then you can sit back and watch it.
Nice.
Only takes a few minutes.
It's like it's alive.
Yes.
And don't get worried when it gets to this point, because it all levels out.
That's it. That's why I put the anti-static, just to, you know, stop it from sticking to itself. But quite often I forget. You just keep heating. If you think, because it curls all the way up, you think, oh, it's stuck. Just keep heating. Because if you stop heating it and it's stuck, it will stay stuck.
Of course. Yeah.
So don't give up. Just keep going. And then sometimes I get dimples, so I flip it over and then turn it back again.
You've got heat-resistant fingers.
I've got numb fingers. So I want this flat, so I'm just going to gently place that on top. Don't squish it, because it might, you know, squeeze out.
Perfect.
And then with a dry cloth, just wipe off the anti-static. And then you can see. So that was our stamp, and that is our shrink.
I mean, there are certain things in craft you'll never get tired of seeing. Shrink plastic is one of them, embossing is another. You know, we always love playing with it.
So then we need, pop that over there, we need our little man to go on the card.
So who are we
Checking
talking the main
twice.
man?
Yeah, the main man or his helper.
In your view, how do you see him, or you tend to use him in multiple
it varies.
places?
Yeah, depending on what I need.
Yeah, cool.
So back to the trusty black ink pad.
Yeah, isn't
There
that
we
a
go.
nice
Yeah,
character?
that's all there.
Really well designed. So you always bring us such beautiful characters.
Thank you. So I'm going to give him a quick blast, because again I'm going to colour him with the brush balls, because I use the brush balls on the shrink, so then it will all match. Just underneath, so it flattens out. So I want it all kind of toning together. So the red and the green, and he's got some gold bits, some pale pink flesh, and the letter. Now what I used on the letter was, this was Vicky's idea. I turn it around so it's the right way. Fine black pen.
Oh yes.
And some squiggles.
Oh,
I mean, you could write things on it if you wanted to.
Yeah, I like that idea.
But it just adds a little something. And then to colour the letter,
he's working hard.
a bit of the brown. Now he's going to be cut out, so we just want a bit of So it's kind of like a parchment or a vintage.
Nice. Do you ever write a letter to Santa?
No,
Well,
not
still
anymore.
Time. Still time, Sarah. he's waiting.
I tend to buy my own Christmas presents.
Oh.
I know, it's sad. It's what happens when you get old.
He'll find your house now. Any children watching, don't worry. Still write your letters to Santa because he does get them all and he reads them all.
Yeah, he doesn't just come visit me.
Okay.
Too much peeking.
He visits kids, that's why.
Yeah. So.
Too much peeking.
You're slow there, weren't you?
Yeah.
So, same as before, the same brushables. They're just so versatile.
And don't worry about going outside the lines because Vicky's going to be cutting this out, just in case anyone's
Or Sarah.
watching. Sorry, Sarah.
It's all right.
I'm so sorry.
I don't have Vicky in my back pocket.
It's because I was going to ask you a question. Sorry, it's in my head.
You were going to ask me a question about Vicky, weren't you?
Yeah. I was going to say, with regard to the stamps, because you both have very individual styles to it, but it's nice seeing, and you make samples for the show, so I would imagine you both make samples for the show?
Yes. Yeah, Vicky's tend to be organic, whereas mine are neat and tidy.
Nice.
We definitely have different
You can pick them up.
style.
Yeah.
But then obviously we have the great design team as well.
Yeah.
So I'm using the darker red on the brushable, which then coordinates with the paler red that I used on the shrink. But because it got darker when it shrunk, they're a similar colour.
Okay.
Yeah, did you get all that?
No, I got that. It's just showing that, and it's
Cool.
those small little touches that you appreciate in the finished inspiration. It does show.
Well, because originally I coloured him with some different pens, and Vicky made the shrink, and I'm like, oh, they don't work together. The reds were all wrong.
And you want it to coordinate. That's a really good point. And actually, it's something that you could quite easily do, and you only realise it's a mistake you make the once. And like, okay, next time I do this, I've got to make sure all the colours match.
Well, that's the thing. And then there are so many different reds.
Yeah.
And this is a really great Christmas red.
This is good Christmas red.
Yeah.
Are you a Christmas person, Sarah?
Yes, I love Christmas.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my children are grown now, so there's not so much game playing and presents as there used to be. But
it is that, I think, when you get a little bit older, if you've got little members in your family, it does make it quite special. You kind of live through their excitement.
Yeah, that's it. So, but no, they're all teenagers now. It's all about technology.
I want a phone.
So we need a bit of green. And which green? That green works, I think. So, I mean, Vicky, on one of the samples, she made these into gloves. So they could be gloves, or they could just be kind of cuffs.
Coloured the whole lot.
Yeah, she coloured that all in brown, so they're like brown leather gloves.
See, this point I was making, it's nice that you both work very well together.
Yes.
But I like the fact that you have your individual styles too.
That's it. We see different things when we look at images, different ideas.
I still find it odd. I'm very used to doing the shows with both of you. And obviously with the last year and a half, it's not been possible.
Well, I was going to say, for all of this year, I've been coming up on my own.
Yeah.
So, whereas, was it in the first lockdown, we were sending in videos, which was even stranger. That was very strange. So little bits of yellow and a bit of skin. So what I can do is I can put that aside.
Yeah.
Now I have stamped one of the words from the word pick and mix.
See, that is a nice sentiment.
Wishing you a fabulous Christmas.
But I like, it's clear, you can read it, but equally it's a sentiment you could give to a number of friends. You know, that would just work.
Well, that's it. Fabulous. Just, it says so many things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so now I'm going to do some wiggling. So just a wiggly line.
The crafty wiggle.
So I'm turning the card, got my hand resting on the counter, and I'm pulling it towards me.
So the doodle detail, the border that you're doing here, the crafty wiggle, it's funny, everyone has, it's like a signature. Everyone has their own little style and quirks that they put to it. Some might put some little hatchings, dots. Yeah,
well, that's it. For this one, I just want the simplicity because I'm putting the shrink on it and the other bits. Usually I would do 2 lines and the second one will wiggle a bit more.
Yeah. Okay.
But I used the, it's from our Essential Pens.
Okay.
And you get 3 sizes. And I used the 0.5 because it's the bigger one.
And I say, if you haven't got a set of pens, the sort of detail pens, they are so handy to have for a little bit of doodle detail. And another way to use them that it's a lifesaver. If you ever stamp and you've just slightly missed, or there's a little bit missing, then just go in with your pen. No one will notice.
That's it. Just a tiny little touch up.
Yeah.
So we'll put our fabulous on there.
Hey, this is looking good.
These
I like it, Sarah.
The tiny joy dots on the shrink. And they can go.
That's pretty. A little poinsettia. I learnt the story of the poinsettia yesterday.
Oh, I've forgotten it.
So
it was so long ago that I heard it.
The story I heard, there was a little boy in Mexico and he wanted to give a present to Jesus, but he couldn't afford anything. They were very, very poor. So he found some weeds on the roadside, and when he got to the church and presented them, suddenly they became these beautiful, they bloomed into the poinsettia.
Lovely. So there we go. We've got our little Santa. We've got some poinsettias for a fabulous Christmas.
That is a great card. And that's the thing. You can do anything with the inspirations on the show. It is up to you which direction you go. I'm looking at the time. You've got about 5 minutes.
Ooh.
Do you want to sneak in another quickie?
Yes, I've got a quickie, yep.
Let's do it.
I forgot what it was like to work with you. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I can show you is, because Vicky has already prepped this for me.
Perfect.
So what she did is she created this background with the,
the rainbow.
13 arts.
Yeah,
that's 13, it, the 13 arts.
Rainbow colours.
Yes, rainbow colours. Sky blue and pink. So by spritzing the card with a good dosing of water first.
And like an explosion powder sort of thing.
Yeah, but then putting on mainly blue with a touch of pink. Now what we've found, if you add too much water after that, because the blue is quite granulated, then it gets too pale. Okay. So we take a water brush, and you can see some of these areas where we've just moved it with the water brush, just to break down those bits without making the whole thing too pale.
Good little tip, I like that.
Because we want it really nice and strong, so we can put the snowflake on.
Snowflake. And just while we're getting set for this, because I am conscious of the time, the snow globe is being very busy as well. A lot of you have been going for that snow globe, and $10.99, you cannot go wrong there. I'll show you that in a moment. I'll show you.
So I've anti-staticked first, because obviously there's been a lot of touching of this piece of card. So there's going to be kinds of fingerprints and stuff all over it. And we're going to use the big snowflake.
Okay. Stamp that down. I found the snow globe, by the way. I'll just show everyone. I actually had it. I apologise. It was me. But yeah, very busy for our snow globe. $10.99 is your price there. Okay.
So I've got my snappy tray, and then I've got the white embossing powder that comes with the tiny trays.
Yeah.
Now this snowflake has some fine details and some solid details. So it does need to be inked a few times to make sure you get all of those little bits, especially on this is a slightly textured card, so it would absorb the water.
Yeah.
So I probably will do 3 inkings, just to be safe.
Nice gentle touch. Okay.
So you can
3 minutes. No pressure.
There's plenty of time.
So is that the white that comes with the tray?
It is.
I mean, that's a good portion of embossing powder. You're getting a lot.
It will last quite a while, because obviously you only use a tiny amount each time you use it, and the rest goes back in the pot.
And if you do go for the larger tray that you just saw Sarah using there, you are going to get the anti-static bag with that as well. And it's getting into good habits. Always anti-static if you're going to be embossing.
It just saves on the disappointment afterwards when you think, especially with the black and the white powders, those little specks can really stand out if you've left your fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
So we're just melting the white powder, and you can see it stands out nicely on the blue background.
It's a really nice, elegant design. There's, and I mean this as a real compliment, there's a simplicity.
Well, this is a Judikins design as well. This is their Alpine snowflake, and you know we have lots of different snowflakes, but yeah, this is an elegant.
It is elegant.
Snowflake.
Yeah.
So once you've created your background, I then use the small snowflake with tumbled glass to stamp all over the background.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see that this one prepared earlier, cut it out so I can just stick it on. Pop that on there. And then the words that come with the snowflakes on the same piece of card. So you've got this nice coordination. You just think you can do that in different colours.
Yeah.
I mean, I would do it in purples for me, but
we can do it in any
exactly
colour.
any colour.
Time has unfortunately beaten us, but Sarah, it's been an absolute pleasure. You've brought us such beautiful stamps. Got to ask very quickly, how can we follow you on social media? Because I know viewers would love to follow you guys and
Facebook,
post their pictures.
Instagram, Stamp Addicts.
That's all you need to do.
It's all there.
And if you do want to meet Sarah and Vicky in person, we have got Stamporama, 2 different places, as Harrogate and also
Newbury.
So those are your choices there. Have a look for the tickets, and it's just a great, genuinely, I mean this hand on heart, because I've been to a Stamporama event. It's such a lovely day.
Yes,
Everyone's so
much
friendly,
fun.
and it's just really, really, really nice.
It is, yeah,
day.
but people, they sit down and they have lunch and they chat to everyone else. What did you buy? Where did you get that? Oh, I must go look for it. Kind of, yeah.
And
it's just fun.
You'll see a full list of exhibitors there as well. When are you back next?
It's in September for our 29th birthday.
Ah, okay.
I'm sure it's the 11th or the 14th. It's a Tuesday.
It's going to be a good show.
Yes.
Yeah. 29. That's
29.
incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. I really enjoyed it. Say hello to Vicky for us as well.
I will do.
I hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have just tuned in and you missed it, don't worry. As always, here at the Craft Store, you can catch up via the rewind option on our website or using the Craft Store app. Plenty more, though, coming up. Don't go anywhere.